it's our couple of days, isn't it? What with the Kim Trump summit and everything. I will do a video on that if I can get all the facts in my head, because there was so much stuff floating about. But today I'm just going to do a couple of naff subjects. I should have done these last week when they were actually in the news, but I'm a bit late, sorry. Right, first of all we have, oh yes, the One North thing. Our railways are in a shambles. They're an absolute shambles. So a lot of newspapers have got together. In fact, I'll give you a list. Here we go. The Yorkshire Post, the Yorkshire Evening Post, the Sheffield Star, the Lancashire Post, the Telegraph, the Blackpool Gazette, the Wigan Post, the Chorley Guardian, the Leyland Guardian and the Echo. They've all got together to give Chris Grayling and specifically Northern Rail a rifting because their services are absolutely appalling. And as someone who travels on Northern Rail regularly, I totally agree. I was due to go down to London a few weeks back, actually about a couple of weeks ago. I went to catch my train in East Garford and I nearly missed my connection to London King's Cross because our train was like half an hour late. The only reason I managed to get the train to King's Cross is because that was late as well. So, but if that had been on time, I would have missed it. And I would have had to travel all the way to King's Cross in a car from here. Ugh. The idea of 4 or 5 hours in a car is just, ugh. I do it if I have to, but I'd really rather not. So, I was not, as you can imagine, I was not pleased about that at all. So, yeah, Northern Rail, you're Chris Grayling, what are you doing? Will you please sort the railways out? And I know that Northern Rail are not the only people who are guilty here. South West Trains, you have a lot to answer for as well. I know that because I keep seeing tweets from my fellow journalists who live down that end of the country saying, hey, I can't get a train here, or I can't get a train there, or, oh, this train's delayed, or that train's delayed. Sort it! Oh, more on the subject of naff railway lines, sort the East Coast Main Line out as well. Don't just say it's nationalised and then palm it off half to someone else, saying well, it's been partially funded. But no. If it's been partially funded, then it ain't nationalised, is it? Nationalise it and the whole railway properly, please. Just to show you how angry these people are, yeah? The Lancashire Post just put a headline saying, off the rails! They also came up with some figures, but I'll go back to them in a minute. The Yorkshire Post said, enough is enough. Mrs May, act now to end the North Rail chaos. Okay, just one word to the Yorkshire Post. This is not May's fault. Chris Grayling is Department of Transport Minister. It's his fault and his fault alone. I do not blame Theresa May for anything. I do not blame Theresa. It's alright, I was just thinking about something Jonathan Pye said about Theresa May having a pretty name. I fell in love with Theresa May. It does sound nice, doesn't it? Theresa, my surname just doesn't sound good. That's what I call myself. I'm happy to be called Theresa. You know, Terry is what people usually call me, but Theresa's fine. But my surname, mine wouldn't work like that. I fell in with, no, it just wouldn't. Anyway, this is not Theresa May's fault. Okay, this is down to Chris Grayling and no one else. Chris Grayling, you really need to get your act together. Please, Yorkshire Post, don't blame Theresa May for this. She is not responsible for this crap, alright? She just isn't. She could certainly help by maybe investing more money, but other than that, she's just not. No. This is down to Chris Grayling, who's Department for Transport Secretary. It's his Berwick. It's his job. And he's making a right balls up of it. Manchester Evening News came out with Northern Rail chaos, time for change. Couldn't agree more. Blackpool Gazette also did off the rails. They again put some statistics. I'll get to them in a minute. And Andrew Burnham, the Mayor of Manchester. Love Manchester. Manchester, you are so awesome. And you have been so brave. I love you all to bits. Quick hello to Ariana, in case you're watching. Yeah, you're all wonderful. I love you to bits. And you have been so amazing. You know, I'm sorry about everything you've been through. It's just awful. But I'm with you, okay? So Manchester, wonderful place, wonderful people. Andy Burnham, the Mayor of Manchester, said he's called for a fare reduction. Good idea. Very good idea. There should be a fare reduction all over the network. I mean, it cost me now nearly £6 to go 3 stops from East Garforth to Leeds. 3 stops. East Garforth, Mickerfield, East Garforth, Garforth, Crossgates, Leeds. 4 stops. And it costs me nigh on £6, which is ridiculous. And then we have a trip to London King's Cross. Yeah, if you can get a cheap one for £29, which there are quite a lot of, that's good, but you have to book way in advance to get them. If you want to get one for the day, it's like £400. Like, say I wanted to go tomorrow and I booked it today, it will cost me in excess of £400, which is just ridiculous. As a journalist, I cannot afford to be, if something happened in London tomorrow and I had to go down there to cover it, I cannot afford to be forking out £400. It's ridiculous. And before you say, wait, you live down there? Because I can't afford to live down there, nobody can. It's ridiculous. If I could, I would. But I don't make a lot of money out of my journalism, so I can't, unfortunately. Simple as that. And I cannot afford the £400. So by charging that much, my career is sort of all over the place. So, such as it is. Right, so... Come on, Chris Grayling, you're not helping us journalists, you know, by charging that kind of money. You know. And anyway, the next one was the, well, we were all saying how bad the railways are. Chris Grayling, was he listening to us and trying to work out how to do something about it? No! What he was doing, he was in Parliament talking to Theresa May and getting approval, apparently, for a new runway for Heathrow. We don't want a new runway for Heathrow. I have visited Richmond. It is one of my favourite places in Britain. I love it, right? I have stood there on Richmond Terrace and I have heard how many planes go over every day. It's horrendous. We do not need more planes. Or another runway. You know, people of Richmond and Hounslow and whatever other areas around there and Kingston and all the rest of them, we don't need another runway, okay? We've got enough planes flying over every single day, most of whom don't obey the law that says they're only supposed to go between midnight and 5 AM. Some of them go way before, way after, and sometimes in the middle, which you are really not supposed to do. There is a rule that says you cannot do that. Do they take any notice? No. So we've got enough problems, you know, the people around that area have got enough problems with planes. We don't need another runway. What we need you to do, Chris, is stop going on about the runway and try and sort the trains out. They're the things that are the problem at the moment. The railways are the problem at the moment, not the airports. You're if you'll forgive the pun, you're going down the wrong track, okay? Ugh. Anyway, the stats. Let's go on to the stats. We have Blackpool Gazette say trains cancelled 381, which is odd when the Yorkshire Post have got 2,000. Those numbers don't add up. They don't correspond at all. How did one newspaper get 2,000 and one paper get 381? One of you two is not getting your facts right, and you need to check that, please, because one of the most important things about being a journalist is get your facts right. That's one of the first rules I learned. And we've got it partly cancelled. Oh, this is the Blackpool Gazette, by the way. Partly cancelled. What do you mean by partly cancelled? Either it's cancelled or it's not. I'll assume by partly cancelled they mean it only goes so far. Like, say, my journey from East Garforth to Leeds would not go all the way to Leeds. It'd stop at, I don't know, Crossgates or something. Or if it was the one that went all the way to Blackpool North, it'd stop at Preston or something. I'll assume that's what they mean. But they've got 199 down for that. they haven't got anything for that. The Yorkshire Post haven't got anything for that. How they have got 165 services scrapped. Now, assuming these figures are even relatively correct, they're not accurate, obviously, because they don't correspond. But if they're at least in the region of being correct, something's desperately wrong with our railway. Seriously, 165 services has been scrapped. And that was apparently over one weekend. That was over one weekend. I mean, ugh. So yeah, my basic message here is to Chris Grayling. Sort your damn railways out! Don't blame Theresa May for this. You are the Transport Secretary. Sort it. There. Run over. Oh, by the way, Chris, while you're at it, can you do us a favour? Get rid of the 66s and bring these back. These were made for the actual job that you're getting 66s to do. They are meant for heavy haulage, you know, freight and such like. Bring them back, please. I have seen a couple around, which is nice, but we need to bring these back permanently, I think, because they're amazing and I love them. And we don't want paces either. Can we please have the bubble cars back? They were so nice. See the little first generation bubble cars? Aren't they nice? Yeah? I don't want paces. They're awful. And they're so uncomfortable. And oh God, they rattle like you wouldn't believe. They shake your teeth out. Right? So please bring back these and these. You bring back these and these, then I would really be happy. And who was it who was going to say, Labour said they were going to renationalise the railway. Well, do me a favour, if you do, bring these back and you'll get my vote, no problem. Bye-bye. I don't want the 66s because they're awful, and I don't want these. I don't want the